All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's topical. I'm back with the fro. It's gonna get cleaned up soon. I promise. I got some news on that coming soon, but it won't look like this for too long, hopefully. But welcome to this week's topical. The thing I wanted to talk about today just came up on my feed on Twitter, and it's a topic that I'm super into. I love talking about it because I got a lot of experience with it. What came up on Twitter today was these little gems over here. It was saying anyone can become a top player if they work hard enough is like saying anyone can become a billionaire if they work hard enough. It's not true. Then I saw this other tweet. It was a video where they were talking about the 12 rules of success, where it's top players from both Ultimate and Melee saying like what they did or what they went through to become the best in the world the way that they are. And he says all the Smash cliches in one place. Nice cliche, meaning that players just want to give the right answer when it's probably not what really helped them. Smash is like 70% natural ability. Top level play isn't for everyone. That is, both of those tweets are completely ridiculous. I understand that sometimes top players do give cliched answers, and I get where he's coming from, but the idea that Smash is 70% natural ability, top level play isn't for everyone, and saying anyone can become a top player if they work hard enough is like saying anyone can become a billionaire if they work hard enough. It's not true. This relates back to the idea that I've heard a lot, that natural talent beats out hard work, and then there's another camp that says hard work beats talent. And I'm sure both of these players agree that hard work is more important than talent. I'm sure. But they're under the impression that if you are not one of the talented few, that you're not going to make it to the top. It's just that simple. And I understand why some people think that way. Let me go back to my Melee days back in 2004 and 2005 when I first came into the scene. The entirety of the community was all about natural talent and mind games, whatever the hell they were talking about. And if you were a tryhard, if you actually worked hard, people made fun of you. They acted like you cared too much and like you were like a nerd, even though you were playing a children's party game in garages full of like 12-man tournaments, whatever. But you would get made fun of if you like tried that hard or cared that much, because these talented players would just win anyways, right? Like you'd have people working hard and like grinding, and then they'd run into Ken or DA West or whatever, and then they'd win. And then they'd just be like, all that hard work, what was that for, right? Like they wouldn't say that, but that was the culture, that was the mindset, right? Well, that all changed when Mewtwo King came around, and I always give him credit for this. But when Mewtwo King came around, he said, "Fuck all that. I'm gonna work as hard as possible. I'm gonna work harder than every single player on this planet." And then he just kept winning and winning. At first he was losing and people were making fun of him, but then he just kept winning and winning and winning and winning. The weak decided to see that and say, you know what? I can't play with this anymore. I'm out. And they would just quit. And then the strong, the people that saw that and were like, yeah, I need to get on his level. I need to work. They stuck around. This is a normal thing in the Smash community, especially early games where the natural talent is just winning. They're running shit, and the hard workers are in there, going 0-2 every weekend and just losing and losing and losing. So naturally, in an early game, you might start thinking, yeah, this is how shit is supposed to work. But that's absolutely not true. What is talent? In my mind, talent is just a natural inclination to do the things that you're supposed to do to win. That includes a natural talent for learning, right? And what I mean by that is, if you are naturally just capable of wave dashing, Right when melee, someone puts a control in your hand, and then you try wave dashing, you just get it on point because you're just naturally inclined to listen to that kind of instruction and get the timing down, etc. Right? You just got it. You would say that that person is more talented at wave dashing than the other person who just keeps air dodging and fucking it up like I did for a long time. But I grinded it enough to now I don't mess up wave dashes, right? I grinded it. I learned it. So the guy that was naturally inclined to just get wave dashing down on the first or second try, what's the difference between him and me now, who now has mastered wave dashing, especially wave dashing back? We're the same person now, right? It made no difference. And yeah, he had more talent in that specific thing, but I just worked on that specific thing and caught up. And it applies to everything. Now, to address this part of it, saying anyone can become a top player if they work hard enough is like saying anyone can become a billionaire if they work hard enough. It's not true. Technically, he's correct. Not every single player is going to be a top player. It's because there just isn't enough room, right? And the act of working hard to get there is a challenge in and of itself, and it has to be done right. And the person who does it most right ends up at the top. But it doesn't mean that the person who didn't end up at the top couldn't get there as well. They simply did not work the same amount or in the right kind of way. And that's the challenge, right? Finding the right kind of work to get there and start getting those results that get you up to the top. Everyone doesn't just spawn there. That's just how it is. But it's not because one person was just naturally talented enough to get there and the other wasn't. No, it's just a matter of who put in the right work, who put in the smarter work. With that being said, I think the real point of this video is to state that hard work definitely does beat talent. Hard work is literally just the process to learn the things that the naturally talented people were previously inclined to do naturally, right? That's all it is. Maybe some methods of work have to be fine-tuned to your own personal skill set. How do you find your way to be as good as someone else at something? That has to be a very personal process. It's going to be different for every single person. But the final part I want to cover in this video is, why do people get stuck? Why do people get stuck trying to get to the top? They're working hard, or at least they think they are, and then they're just not progressing. One of the reasons that people get stuck is because they're not working smart. They're not working in the way that helps them improve. It helps them address some of their weaknesses, helps them improve on some of their strengths. They're not working in ways that address those. Most people just sit at home and just grind the game. They just play, which is still a good thing to do because it helps you with your decision making. It helps you get experience with the meta, etc. That's good. But that's not all you need. You need way more. You need to grind your fundamentals. This isn't just Smash either. This is every game, right? You need to grind your fundamentals. You need to keep up with the meta and understand what's changing about it. You need to have strategies for dealing with those metas. Like, if you're just practicing multi-shines and that's not the reason you lost the game, then you're not practicing smart. If you lost the game because your ledge dash was off by 3 frames, well, then you need to work on that. And even then, that's probably not the only reason you lost the game. So you need to pinpoint all the different reasons why you lost. This is some advice that I got from Captain Faceroll. He didn't give it to me directly, but I saw him post about it. But he said, it's very easy to want to give up because you don't see improvement in your results, and you don't necessarily even see improvement in your own gameplay because that's actually sometimes hard to capture. For a fact that if you work on something, you will get even just slightly better at it, right? If you work on your L cancels, you'll get slightly better. If you work on your wave dashes, you'll get slightly better on it if that's what you're messing up, right? And then there's always going to be something different to get better at. You're never at your peak. That is a fact. There's always something to get better at. What you have to do is, even if you're losing over and over and over, you have to look at the things you could get better at and just work on that until that gets better. And then you find the other thing to get that you need to work on for your overall game to get better. So there's literally no reason to get stuck other than your unwillingness to keep going. Which sometimes it makes sense to give up, right? It might not be what you want. But if it is what you want and you're choosing to give up because you think you're not capable, that is absolutely incorrect. Don't listen to people who tell you that. Don't believe that your talent, your natural talent, is the thing that's holding you back, because that is absolutely never, ever, ever, ever true. All right. And with that, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Our YouTube's been popping off. It's actually been really dope. Shout outs to Echo Storm, my editor, and shout outs to the Sub Pub. Shout outs to Dignitas, everybody who supported me, letting me do this. But yeah, I appreciate the love on YouTube lately. I'm going to keep doing these, and I'm going to keep putting out more content. It's going to be sick. Thanks for watching. See ya.